Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome to Saturday morning's Messages of Love from Above. Oh, as always, excited to see what messages come through. Hey, everybody. Good to see everyone. Hope you're having an amazing weekend and full of amazing moments. So let me just make sure we got everything all set up here and ready to go. Looks like we are. So. All right, so let's start off bringing some love into these moments, into the world, into these readings. And we'll start off with a big, deep breath just to kind of come out of the chaos of the world, right? And get out of the future and out of the past and come back to this moment right here, right now. So you can breathe in through your nose or your mouth, whatever you feel comfortable. Hold the breath for as long as you feel comfortable and then release it how you feel comfortable. It's all about being comfortable. All right, so let's take a big deep breath in. Beautiful. And we have our lovely singing bowl. And as I hit it 3 times, we just imagine that love from above, that eternal, unconditional love energy coming in, filling up our hearts to where we're full, and then we overflow out to the world, allowing that unconditional love energy, excuse me, to do whatever it needs to do for the collective, for the world, to move us higher and higher in our vibration. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. We'll put her back here on her little perch so she can watch over us during the readings. All right. So, welcome, welcome, everybody. I look still a little sleepy. um, a lot of dreaming, right? Oh my gosh, so much energy. I woke up like every 3 hours last night, and just amazing energy. Of course, let me post this. I've been sharing this, and I'll share it throughout the weekend. There's this wonderful YouTube channel, Sabrina Lynn. She has Rewilding with Sabrina Lynn. She's great. She's so passionate. I love her energy. But she has a great video, and she puts out a lot about the astrology, which on the 17th here in a couple days, we have a full moon, super moon. It's a super full moon, meaning it's closer to the earth, so it's even more impactful than normal. And it's a eclipse in Pisces. So a lot of Neptune energy that's out there that is having us look inward, activating a lot of things emotionally, but also a lot of psychic ability. The veil's going to be very thin. And there's a lot of energy with Libra as well, a lot of um, eclipse energy around these Libra. And we've been feeling this for about 4 or 5 weeks, maybe even more for the more sensitive individuals that align with this energy astrologically too. Um, so we've been feeling it for a while, and but it's becoming more and more intense. So if you're having freaky, weird, a lot of dreams, trust me, you're not alone. And be sure to check out that video. She actually has a free workshop this weekend that she has in the description box of the video of her video. So if you're interested in diving in, she has a lot of she mentions in her video a lot of divine feminine energy is also aligning, which is turning this inward into our hearts. So beautiful energies. So we can make the most of it with all that too. So, so there you go. Hey everybody, yeah, Sudeshni and New Love. Oh, you love the singing bowl, huh? Yeah. It's one of my favorite. I mean, I have like a whole set of the smaller bowls, but this one, it hits so deep. And I might, do a video. I have some meditations where I have it repeating over and over again, but maybe I'll do, because you said you listen to it on replay from time to time when you feel you need it. So maybe I'll do just a singing bowl video that you can listen to as well. So thanks for mentioning that. So, hey, Lucky, shout out to some of my YouTube channel members, my monthly members. We got Lucky, he just came in. Hello, Lucky. We got Gene XO there. I see you there. And Infinity, you'll see their names in green with their little badges on there. And so we'll get into the readings here. If you're new to this channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of people, as you can see. Huge hearts, great senses of humor, which is necessary, really. Well, it helps in this world and in this channel too. We get a little silly sometimes, so laugh along and have a blast. The free readings, how those work, I go down in order in the chat. First come, first serve. There's not a special list or anything. The chat is it. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask for a general reading. We'll pull cards for that and see what spirit is wanting for that. Free readings are usually one card, sometimes two. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, prioritize those readings, stepping out of the free reading list, and I also dive deeper. I pull more cards for those. So if you want a more in-depth reading, you can make a donation. You can use the super chat down below for donations. And then in the description box of the video, there's the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. And there's no set dollar amount. I know everyone's finances vary from person to person, day to day, country to country, rate of exchange, all that stuff. So I know what you give from your heart, and that's the perfect amount. So you can do that. What else? What else? What else? What else? So I prioritize those, and then after I'm done with any donations, any of my monthly YouTube channel members, which I just did a shout out for those, they're up next for their free readings, and then I get into the other free readings. I try to get through as many as I can on Fridays and Saturdays. I'm on Friday nights, and then Saturday morning, Saturday night. And then Sunday mornings, well, I guess it's morning, afternoon, it's 11 a.m. Mountain Time where I'm at. On Sundays, if I don't get to all of the free readings, I do, after I spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members, I come back on after I eat and finish out all readings. So if you try and you try and you try, on Fridays and Saturdays, and I don't get to, be sure to come back on Sundays. We'll get answers for you there as well. Yeah, and I have YouTube channel memberships. I have a Zen Cricket level, which is $2.99 a month. What that gives you, once I get back into doing picket cards and things like that, you get advanced access to those. But On Wednesdays, we have a 2-hour session for all my YouTube channel members, which the Zen Cricket have that. So it's a smaller group and you can ask whatever questions you want. We even do past life readings, oracle readings, all sorts of fun stuff. So in addition to being prioritized in these sessions, you also get that 2 hours. Then I have a praying mantis membership, which is $7.99 a month, which gives you access to that Wednesday night in addition to prioritized, of course, in this session. And then in addition to Wednesday, I have a Thursday night, which is just for praying mantis. So it's a smaller group, even more. And we have a couple hours. And then Friday and Saturday nights after my sessions, we have an hour. And then Sunday, have an hour just for the members. We read books and, of course, talk about astrology. We do all sorts of readings there too as well. So if you're interested, check that out below. All right. So today I'm going to be using this beautiful deck, the Tarot of Mystical Moments. So scooch that in there so I have some room here and we will get started. So we do have a few donations. So hey, everybody. We will start off at the top. We have Infinity. Hello, hello. Let's give that some love and a like since it lets me. And good to see you. Yeah, I have like, gosh, I haven't counted in a while. Last time I counted, I had 25 tarot decks. That was a while ago. So I probably have 35, 40 tarot, 150 oracle. So trying to use them all here. All right. So Infinity, you keep seeing 220. What does it mean? Why are you seeing this, right? First place you saw it was in a book with an illustration that you found creepy. Now you keep seeing it and you wonder if it means something creepy. Okay. What's great about when we're seeing repeating numbers, it's always spirit trying to get our attention. That's why they repeat it, because they know these humans, we got so much distracting us into the outside world that when we see repeating numbers, it is them going, psst, 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 hey, 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 kind of like a little kid, hey, 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 hey. So it's definitely the one that brings something to your attention here. We've got the number 2 is about choices, right? And they're really bringing a lot of attention around choices to you here, because every moment is a choice of lower vibration creepy or higher vibration unconditional love and joy and gratitude, right? So I like that you use the word creepy, because that's one of our lower vibrational experiences. Fearful, anything attached to fear is lower vibrational. So the 2 by itself is about that. When you're looking at 22, master number 22 is this connection to and that's funny that we, have the 2 sides of us right here on the on the thing here too, staring at me right now. But it's important because, like master number 11 is us learning about our humanity, and that one that is ruled and distracted very easily and ignited into fight or flight mode. That's our master number 11, is like our human journey. And then 22 is when we realize, oh, wait, I'm more than just this human character I'm playing. I'm this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. Again, the choices, the lower vibration, the higher vibration that's coming in. And the 0 on the end, 0 is like the fool's card energy. It is the new beginning. It's the fresh start. It's being free of a lot of things, right? So they are bringing bringing this energy in for you here to see those things. And you do have this um, focus here on your higher self. I mean, I was kind of cracking up because you've got the high priestess, the number 2 coming in here, which is the drawing in, right? There's this, she steps away into her high priestess temple, backwards, goes inward, connects upward to spirit, right? 22, looks behind the veil, dives deep into the emotions, deep into the unknown, and bring things into perspective. And then you have the Hanged Man, number 12, another two in there. But that's, they see things from a higher perspective. And that is this transformative energy that comes in here. And you got the Devil card. You got three major arcana, which with the Devil card is that Saturn, Capricorn energy that shakes and rattles up our lives, right? And so they're really bringing attention to thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, especially around with the 10 of Pentacles, which has to do with outside world, and you can even see relationships and everything below, and time. You know how when they open up the logs and they can see all those little timelines in trees and see, wow, look at the generations, look how everything they experienced. And that's how they can kind of tell sometimes of hard winners and different things, because they can see what happened within the root. And I kind of feel like that's what's going on here, is the power of choice really coming through, but this really division of seeing yourself as two individuals, and this kind of restart and reboot that comes from this. Because when we, especially with the Hanged Man, cocooning transformational energy, it's like we realize that our human is the one that has so many restrictions and things that they took upon themselves because everyone else was giving us all these opinions and all these roles. And so when we realize, well, that's just that human character, which is restrictive, which does feel limiting, powerless, trapped, right? Stagnant, chained, all those beautiful, creepy, lower vibrational energies. And then when we realize, wow, I'm expansive, I'm powerful, I'm endless, I'm eternal, powerful, then we kind of have this, wait a minute. So, even if there's like a little, you ever do those little Chinese finger puppet thing, or things that trap your fingers? Even those, these are like maybe represent our human character. Even though that's trapped in the little, I've got all this and so much more, I'm not limited by this. So I like this empowerment that's coming in. And I feel like the creepiness of it really stood out, because you're able to see yourself outside of yourself so much more than you ever had, and that's why it's standing out more than it normally would have in the past too. So I like that. Yeah, yeah, you're like, "Wow, okay." So, recognize the creepiness as being your human character, and then, but I'm so much more than that too. And that's the big beautiful thing, spirituality or more religion, but even in some spiritual communities, we're like, "Oh, gotta destroy the shadow, you gotta destroy the ego," and it's like, no, the when you have the master number 11 and the master number 22, our human shadow and our higher self, it doesn't come down to destroy our human, it completes it. And then we walk hand in hand. That's where we get master number 33, which is walking through life, embracing our shadow, embracing who we are. Because our little human, it's like a little child that's crying and screaming in a tantrum because it's so desperate for unconditional love energy, which it's not finding in the outside world. And our higher self, which is made of unconditional love, can come in and complete it, embrace it, and then they're like, oh, and then they feel our shadow feels full instead of empty and desperate too. So I like that. So great question. I'm glad you brought that up. So thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. And then up next, we've got a triple donation from Supernova. So we'll do that, and then Nelia, we got three from you, boom, 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 and then Sudeshni. So that's where we're at on donations right now. All right, so Nova, we have the on set sticker for question 1. So let's take a look here and see here. So with this new person you met, what will this romantic sexual relationship bring in for you? Will it be good or bad for you? And how will this connection grow and flourish with this person? All right, let's take a look here and see. what it is. Of course, it's really technically not good or bad. It's just, is it for my highest? What kind of challenges are they going to bring? Every relationship has a higher vibration and lower vibrational, experiences through them because it's activating triggers within us. So it's a naughty question. It's a real question, right? Everyone's like, yes, it's all about being real. And so let's take a look here first. Um, what does Spirit want you to know about it? What will it bring here for you? Yeah, like rated R. Yeah. Or PG-17. I need a permission slip from your parents. All right. Wow. Okay. So these are the answers to all your questions here. Yeah. It definitely brings in transformation here for you. It is a death and a rebirth, and that's a positive thing. Like we're talking about, it's all relationships are transformational. They're all mirrors for us, and we're never the same. We meet someone, we're never the same as we go through a relationship, and even when a relationship ends, we're like, wow, it's so transformational when we have this, right? Yeah. And so it allows you, it's perfect. They allow you to see, like a caterpillar in a cocoon, they allow you to see the parts of you that don't serve you anymore and that you let go of. And they bring to our face, especially when we look to the outside world for our self-worth and we feel unstable. They They destabilize us at times, usually in the beginning too, because our human gets drawn out so much into all the stuff we've been taught. What their actions and their words, or non-actions and non-words, they mean something about me. And then when we face that, because we have all these expectations around relationship that come out, I spent like my first real relationship was like when I was 29, 29, 28, 29, and I had spent a lot of time in my inner world doing things, and I felt like had a very solid foundation of who I was. And then the first relationship came, and it was like an earthquake came, and all this stuff came, tumbling down. But it was for me, And then the second one, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one. It's like they all brought clarity, and they bring things out in those deep recesses. It's like they unlock the cells of the dungeon and let out the monsters, that are inside, right? Yeah. That's good, I like that, the no drugs, and, they have their own, challenges like we all do, but that's a good contrast for you too. So, let's see here. Yeah, and here we go. We've got the strength card, which is your human self and your higher self. There is this inner strength that it brings up. It really gets us in tune with things. It shows you too the Seven of Wands about being true to yourself. This is where the challenge can come in, where when we start to get attached to someone, especially, we start to go, well, I need to be this for them. We forget that they were attracted to us when we were being ourselves, usually, but then suddenly we might fall into trying to cage ourselves. I almost feel like this is, they stepped into the cage and they're caging themselves in instead of, doing the other, right? Where it's like escaping. But I like this. It's a challenge for us to maintain who we are and going through it, right? And the Queen of Swords. This is what I'm talking about with the combo here, because the Queen of Swords represents trying to be the ideal person for the other person. When it's like, let's just be ourselves, right? Keep being real, keep being yourself. Don't dim your light. Don't feel like you have to try to become anyone that you are. there's always compromise in relationships, but it's not about compromising who we are. We just kind of alter our actions and stuff, and you know, it doesn't have to be all about me. We can meet halfway on things too. You're like, what? Screw that? No. So I like that. So they're telling you that it is there's a lot of growth. So will you grow as a person and flourish? You will. This is this death and this rebirth, and coming out with the as the butterfly there. So there definitely is that there. Let's with these other cards right here too. Yeah, Queen of Cups. This is a lot of deep emotion that's going to bubble up here. You've got the Queen of Swords, you got the Queen of Cups. The bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess too. So the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess has a lot of that same energy of your emotions, your intuition. It's actually going to help you connect more deeply because this is going to help. Um, um, Your guys for so funny. I have to say it like they say it. They're gonna rotor rooter your emotions, get some stuff that's been stuck in there and cleanse it out, which allows your emotional flow to come in, but that's where spirit communicates. So they do, you do have this emotion, that comes up, right? So I like that. They're also, the battle between the head and the heart with the 5 of swords. Here's the King of Swords. So it also allows you to open your mind and like question stuff. Like there's preconceived ideas, and then it's like, okay, wow. So here's this release. Here's this. I'm letting some old ways of thinking go away that are rooted in fear too. Yeah. You got the Emperor. You got this um Aries energy of still, um, you know, this is the emperor who gets a lot of opinion, gets a lot of stuff, but I feel like, and you mentioned that I feel like with this attention, with this attraction, with this energy that you share, because there's not a ton of expectations that have made shown their head yet, that there's like this, I don't know, it's an empowerment, it's like there's a little bit of inner fulfillment of heart and mind, that someone can feel this way about me and desire me and enjoy me and want to see me more. It's like, wow. And then so our human ego likes that, and it's a good bump up for it because it realizes, wow, you know until they do something stupid, and then we're like, "Oh, why does that mean that, does that mean this bad about me?" It's like, no, we can take the good and, go like, "Hey, they really like me." Even if they just like my body and sex or whatever, it's like, wow, I this empowers me. And then if they do something else that, our little whisper goes, that means you're not good enough. You're like, oh, whatever. Psh, I'm focusing on this. We don't have to take. We get to choose the stories, right? That comes back to that King of Swords too. You get to choose the stories of how things unfold here too. Wow. And look at this. I mean, and it definitely is two independent people. You got Emperor and Emperor. This is one of the few decks that has more than one Emperor in it. And this, I like this because this is, you're not, how you see the movies where the queen or a female is sent over to a king, some emperor or king or prince to be married, and then you become subordinate. No, you are two emperors ruling your own worlds. You're not giving up your kingdom and family and lineage to become part of someone else's, um, as a deal, as a transaction. This is about me being, me totally me, and this person totally them, and that independence that comes with it. So I like this, you know, not becoming, oh, a half and a half becoming one. It's a strong kingdom and a strong kingdom. You can become allies, but you're not joining kingdoms, with this. So I don't feel like it's going to be like this long term turning into, marriage and that, but I feel like this is it's a very important part of your journey regarding love, because I feel like you're going to be very independent, like, you know, Lady Gaga. She's like, in the beginning, I think she's dating and married someone, but she was so about her dream and her destiny that she, focused in on a lot of that. So, so I like that. All right, so that's it for your first one there. Yeah, let's keep all the communication PG. Don't get too detailed. All right, so that is what they have for your first one there, and then your second one, coffee, tired. Um, I see that there. So number 2, there you are down here. So what do your spirit guides want you to know about what's coming ahead for you? Will your situations change in anything that will happen for your musical dreams? All right. Oh yeah. Yep. It always is in the beginning. Just a warning. It's like anything new. It's like finding a new toy or a new toy at Christmas. It's exciting, and you play it, you play with it for days and days and days and days and days, and then it gets put with the other toys. But enjoy it while you're enjoying this newness. Sorry, your spirit guides are funny. Probably Kurt, Kurt doing his little blah blah blah. All right. So, all about your what's coming ahead for you and your musical dreams. You've got the magician card on the bottom of the deck, and look, here's one of the emperors too. So, this is about living your dream and the power that you put behind your dream here, right? Because you've got this is the choosing what I want, and then, you know, going along the putting energy into the path. And the magician card is, how far and what you do is all about the energy that you focus on and you put into it. And there's no have to or should or need to or must. There's this dream and this desire that you have, that you've come into this world. Like, if you ever look up your south node in your astrological chart, that's what we bring in from past lifetimes, what we come in with our astrological energy. And of course, you've got a lot of your past lifetimes. We talked of before that music has been such a big part of your expression in many lifetimes. You bring in that in the beginning, and then your north node is about your highest expression and what you're wanting to do. Yeah, so there's that Aries energy, the Emperor, Aries energy, shining bright, the beginning, you know, all of that birthing of things new, taking, helping inspire and spark. And there's some natural leadership qualities that come with fire sign energy too. So you've got this, type of energy that's here. So, there's realizing what you come in with, what you default to when you're stressed. And then there's the heading towards how you want to express yourself. So if you ever look up just North Node Aries and see what pops up out there in the internet, draws you to it, what resonates at the moment, because we're constantly evolving and changing at different times, where you go, oh wow, yeah, this is what I need to hear about my highest expression of what I wanted to come to in this lifetime, right? Those were on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you have the Four of Wands. Look at dancing, dancing. Oh, but this is joy and celebration. And I do like that, gatherings and coming together. And so, you are doing the steps, doing things. One of the next things you're going to be doing, if you haven't, is getting out there, getting into gatherings and playing music and expressing your dream in gatherings, right? Even if it's a handful of people, starting off, but it is about getting around celebration places, things where you can play your music, even if you just bring your guitar, and if you're chilling with people, but because you're kind of a hermit, no judgment there at all, I know. But it's playing the guitar. Even if you go, if you can, go live on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, just have a little campfire night or candle evening, just, to sing and do that. But this is about gatherings and bringing together and having that celebration type of energy be there. Yeah, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. Here's the Wheels of Fate. So the dream that you have in this lifetime, there's a lot of fate attached to it. We've talked about it a little bit before, that you knew that you chose to be, this expression and to be able to do these things in this lifetime, right? And it's important, for you to share that piece of you. So there is, there's no pressure, but it's part of your fate. You just and again we've talked about, it's not so much, like, oh my gosh, it's more, it's such a part of you that it just is, you can't think of anything else. You're just like, "This is the air I breathe. I no music in my life? How do you live?" Right? And for me, it's like, if I'm not able to be with spirit and share spirit's messages in that, I mean, I know, and based on my astrological birth chart, there my, astrological friends were like, "You know, sometimes you look at a birth chart and there's like, you didn't really, you chose to be born exactly when you were because you wanted to do this, right? And there's no, it's almost like you almost didn't have a choice, but it was your choice because you chose to be born into what you have with it all, right?" So it's really interesting. I really like that with all that. That's what else we have here. Yeah. So you got the Queen of Cups and a new world. So endings of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, really getting into the emotional piece here. Yeah, you've got this, you've got enough energy already. And just realize you chose what you wanted for the perfect balance. Like I have an Aquarius sun, and a Capricorn rising, very big thinkers, but then I've got all this emotional energy with Pisces moon and all that stuff, which it balances. And if I had over water, I'd go insane. I'd be, unable to balance things. But we choose our how we come into the world perfectly. So just realize that, it's like, well, if we think that we would have wanted something else, well, if we wanted something else, we would have chosen that. Maybe we chose that in another lifetime, and we're like, all right, I had enough of that. I want to do this lifetime, right? But these two together, I mean, here's the Queen of Cups, here's the emotional energy, and the World card here. A big part of your, energy here is your transformation and ending of old emotional cycles to new one is very important for your dream. We've talked about counseling, and I feel like this is what they're bringing up here, right? So they have that. Yeah, and the Ace of Swords with looking at things in a new way as well. So seeing things from that higher perspective, unlocking, the connection to the, seeing things from the higher perspective instead of from a place of fear, right? And so you've got all this, with this magician energy and the Ace of Swords and, Queen of Cups, all that combination is the evolution that you have. You already have enough stuff that's drawing you in, and you have access to a Pisces moon 2 or 3 times every month because the moon goes through that cycle. And then we have, like in this case, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces here in a couple days. You have access to all that energy, and everyone has a 12th house in their chart, regardless if you have any planets in it or not. If you don't have any any planets that are in Pisces or any that are in the 12th house, that just means it's not overly emphasized, but everyone has a 12th house. Everyone has Neptune in their chart. Just where does that Neptune energy exist? That's the Pisces influence, right? Look at where's Neptune's in your chart. Where, what house is it in? What sign is it in? It's giving you intuition and diving into that. What's in your 12th house? Is there anything there? It's like, oh, yeah. So the planet of love and how you want to be loved, this intuition and that's a draw to higher love, right? As well. So yeah, and Virgo is about your body, your daily tasking and thinking, but you can I love how we can discover more about our character by even just searching Neptune in Virgo. What does that mean? What characteristics does that bring in? What resonates, right? You can look at Venus in the 12th house. What is that? You just search it. There's so many things out there these days. All you have to do is search it, and and I know, like in Google Chrome, they have AI generated stuff now, where you search for something and it kind of just gathers stuff and kind of throws up a little summary, which you can look at that, and then you can look below and see more stuff, which is really cool. Not that I'm promoting Google Chrome, but just ideas. So I like that for you, and that is what they have right now in this moment for you. All right. And then your third one here with boom, 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 boom. Let's see, number 3. Thank you for your additional donation. Let's see. I think I saw 3 down here. There it is. What does Curdy Pie? What do you want to say about your dreams and your perspectives? What does he want to share? All right. So let's see. Is he drawing? Yeah, he's drawing to a oracle, and he's bringing in a spirit animal. Okay, so he's going to be like, here, let's see what spirit animal wants to make itself known to you. Why don't you get the cat for Moo? Moo. Oh, Moo. Okay, here's your card. Nope. Well, you got the giraffe. You got the visionary. I like that. And rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path, stand tall in your self worth, and love with a big heart. I love that. Mr. Spirit Guide or Mr. Kurt the Guide. Yeah. So, giraffe is about gentleness, grace, beauty, charm, higher perspective, vision, foresight, perception, mother's love, and intuition. So, talking about all this, um, so giraffes are the tallest land mammals, and they tower far above all others and stride with grace across the savannah. Their long, slender necks lift their sight so they see life from a greater perspective. Giraffe often appears when we need to be reminded just how grand we are and that we have the potential to rise above any challenge with grace. Giraffe people are encouraged to stretch themselves as far as they can go. If giraffe is your totem, you are a natural visionary with keen perception. You can see things that are coming long before others can. That's that gut instinct, right? That intuition. Giraffe people have strong bonds with their family and friends, their chosen family and friends. And because giraffe mothers share a special protective love with their offspring, this is a meaningful totem for children and mothers. So giraffe is very giving and often needs to set boundaries to avoid being misused. A unique giraffe trait is just how little sleep and water they need to maintain themselves and their lives. This characteristic signifies their conservative use of resources. Giraffes have amazing stamina and are patient, silent, and wise. Giraffe is an elegant power animal that bestows on you the gifts of friendship, grace, vision, and charm. You're tired right now. Sounds like a sex joke. You're so funny. So, four things you can think about or ask yourself if they resonate. Number one, did you stick your neck out too far? Have you lost your balance? Number two, do you need a higher perspective on a tough situation? Number three, do you need to put yourself first and get more sleep and water? Maybe. Number four, reach for the truth from a greater perspective. And I feel like this is like you and your spirit guides here. And, we've got this, this energy of that, it's you and you do have these support that's there and that they can give you, more, um, more higher perspective and, especially regarding your dreams and even asked what perspectives. He's like, you can ask them for a higher perspective. You want clarity, it's important to step back, look at things, extend your neck and look at things from a higher perspective and maintain balance and boundaries um, as things unfold. And it's fun and exciting right now and new, but it's also important to not get too distracted and pulled away. Enjoy the adventure, but also, look inward and make sure to don't sacrifice your kingdom for someone else's kingdom, right? Just I like that for you there. Yeah, I feel like there's much more in there. Oh yeah, they always are. All of your spirit team are always listening. They hear your heart, they hear your messages, they feel all of your energy, all your experiences. They know everything. They've been with you always, and so they're always listening. It's us that has to learn. Our human side has to learn how to listen. Shutting down the drama, shutting down and lowering lower vibrational fears, and focusing on higher vibrational joy and laughter and gratitude, and that's when we can hear them more clearly too. But we got to ask too. We're like, I'm listening, and like, well, ask me a question, and I'll give you an answer. But if you don't ask me a question, then I don't do it. Even if the question is, "What do you want me to know right now, Curdy Pie?" and and then you'll feel an emotion, get thoughts dropped in, see something in the outside world, you know, whatever it might be. So they love us very much. So I like that. All right. So you ask Kurt first help. Help! Help! Yeah, that's a good even if that's the communication to them, help is a very understandable uh emotion because they pick up everything that we're asking, right? Yeah, absolutely. So that is what they have for those. So thank you again, Supernova. Appreciate your donations and all your wonderful questions and for your vulnerability and sharing your experiences. So um, enjoy your adventure. All right. And if you haven't listened to that full moon eclipse in Pisces, be sure to check that out too, because that does talk all about that Pisces moon energy, which you were talking about. So you are very welcome. Right. And then up next, we got Nelia. So we got three, and then Sudeshni, and then we got Moonlight five. Hey, so you'll be up after that. All right. So Nelia, thank you for your first sticker, which is the hot dog. So thank you for that donation. And I see you have a free reading. We'll see if we're able to get to that in this session. So general reading on Jen and Brett's relationship. All right. Should she stick with him or leave him? Does he even love her? All right, we'll take a look here and see just about their relationship here. because there's no shoulds as far as stay or go or whatever, right? There's just different choices with different experiences. First of all, I just want to see, is this a fated long-term partnership? Um, let's just see if what that tells us here first. All right, so we got a 10 of Pentacles, which is one of the relationship cards. So it is a destined relationship, and I feel like they're very connected here. It's very full. Um, yeah, I mean, it does confirm that this is an important relationship. Um, does he love her currently? Let's take a look here and see what's going on in there. And then what else do they want you to know? General reading on Jen and Brett's relationship. All right. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is the Fates wheel. So, definitely with these tens, it's an important part of her journey. Her human side, the Wheel of Fortune says whatever unfolds in our life is always for us, but the Wheel of Fortune is the tune of for us, where even our human side realizes, oh, this was for me, right? So let's see what else we have here. Because we asked, does he love her? Well, Queen of Wands, there's a lot of passion there. Um, Three of Cups and Page of Cups. So they have had, in their past, they had betrayal with the Three of Cups energy coming in. And the Page of Cups is that they're trying to expand their own love. So we can't give something to someone else that we don't already have for ourselves, right? So if I have low self-love, this is what I can give, right? If I have a grand amount of self-love, there's a lot of love I can give. What happens in humanity is I've been doing these live readings for about 3 years now. 3 years? 3 years. It's like when we as humans don't have a whole lot of love that we can give emotion love, we've learned to give passion and sex and intimacy. And we're like, well, will that do? Because that's all, that's like, I have a lot of that to give. My body and all that has a lot to give, but not emotion. And I feel like that's what they're learning. They've had a lot of pain. They've had a lot of, of that. And even um, the high priestess on the bottom shows there's a lot of hidden emotions below the surface. This fear of being cheated on, um, and I feel like they saw a lot of it growing up too. So possibly parents or siblings, or they witnessed um, betrayal growing up too in childhood, and then they experienced it themselves too. So I feel like that is kind of what is happening in that uh, kind of space. Let's see what else we have here. Because so that's the love. They love him as much as he's able to love her right now. And I asked for a general reading here. What else do we need to know? Yeah, there's a lot of different emotions with the Seven of Cups. So there's a lot of emotion below the surface there. Yeah, and we've got this King of Wands and Page of Wands, so there is a lot of passion. And the King of Wands, this does reaffirm, like if I got the Knight of Wands, that's more like a little chihuahua that's going around humping people's legs. They have unbridled passion. They have trouble controlling themselves. But the king is different. The king is more regal, more in control, understands and controls their passions. So I like that kind of confirmation. And the Nine of Cups, there is this dream come true type of energy that comes in here. Emotional wishes fulfilled. So I feel like if she's patient enough, that there is a lot of destiny that can happen between the two of them here. But it's just important for Brett to look inward and transform those lower vibrational emotions and those fears to allow themselves to be vulnerable and open up, and then their heart will just. But it's them digging in and opening up this self love and this self worth, and that's what changes things here. So, yeah, and if she stays with him, the 10 of wands, there's a lot of change of energy flow here. There's a lot of, again, another 10. Got all these tens, which is definitely a lot of fulfillment, a lot of possibilities. You can see the fruition. She's got all that harvest on her back. And so there's a lot of, especially in the combination with the 10 of pentacles and the wheel of fortune. The 10 of wands goes usually two ways. One is harvest and abundance because they're carrying all the harvest on the back, or it's a burden. But when you get three tens that are all, and the other two are all about, abundance and wheel of fortune and pentacles and all that, it's very positive. So, I feel like if she can stick it out and understand that they can only give the love they have for themselves, but also she can only receive the love to the extent she loves herself. If you look at like our love pipeline like this is how much I love myself, no matter how much love I want to give, drip, 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 no matter how much someone wants to give love to me too, drip, drip, drip. So it's always in our best interest, um, to raise our love vibration, expand our self love and our own self worth, because then we can give and receive love to the humans more extremely and bigly as well. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's what they have for that one, Nelia. So thank you so much for that donation. All right, and then number 2, get the popcorn. It's funny, my host, whenever we're looking at the drama of the world going on, let's grab our popcorn. Here comes more drama, right? So you'd like a general reading from now until December, any abundance of love, money, and new friends in your life. Wow, yeah. Can you believe it's the middle of September? We've only got October, November, December. So 3.5 months to the end of 2024. What the heck? All right. Let me take a quick sip here and we'll dive into your December or the rest of this year, up and through December till the end of the year. So let's see. All right. I know. Patience, right? Temperance, balance, patience, grasshopper, patience. Allow it to fold. Don't rush ahead. Don't rush ahead too fast. Enjoy the moments. It's such an important thing. We will, yeah, and it's like that. If it's like, I just got to get through this year, and then I know everything's going to be fine. And then 2025, I just need to get through this year, and before we knew it, I mean, I am 57 years old. I know, shock, but I'm like, where did all these decades go? Because life just goes by so fast. But if we can, sometimes life feels like it's just going at ludicrous speed, but then there's other times that it's like being in the moment, being in the now. It just, life is so beautiful. It's like time can stand still, and then it can feel like you go Mach 100, right? So I like that about don't rush to try to get to it. Let's see. November, not November. We're in September. So the rest of September, October, November, December. So you got 4 little small mini readings. So for September, they want you to know with the 5 of wands, here's the drama, right? The 5 of wands, the drama being resolved and being transformed. Lower vibrational energy moving to higher vibrational energy coming in. And I like this, that she is moving the pieces and she realizes that I'm the one that controls the drama in my life. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the 2 of wands, which wants to be shown in this case too, because this is whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And so much of what unfolds between now and the our end of our lives even is me, right? I get to, life doesn't just I'm not on autopilot. Well, sometimes we are on autopilot. We're letting our subconscious world rule our lives, and we're like, "Whoa!" We're going all over the place because we let a little monkey is driving the car, and they just have auto. They just have the what is it? Cruise control on at 100 miles an hour, and they're just woo ga 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 woo ha. We're going all over the place. We're like, okay, monkey, you need to step aside. I'm going to consciously choose where we're going in my life. I get in the seat. I take it off of cruise control. The monkey, I just give him a bunch of bananas, and he's hanging out in the back seat having a blast. And now I'm going to choose which direction I'm going to go and what I'm investing. And I feel like this is an important these next couple weeks is especially with all this energy we have with this eclipse energy is I get to choose where I'm investing my energy and what I'm growing in my life. So I feel like that's an important thing for September. October, really reinforcing that with the Queen of Wands. Here's you grabbing onto the Ace of Wands and really taking control and power. And I feel like you start to get, we know that up here, but I feel like it's setting here in September into your heart of like, wait a minute, no, I am driving my vehicle. Creator is my co-pilot. My spiritual posse of supports a bunch of monkeys and dogs, and they're just happy to be along for the ride. They don't have a this is what you're supposed to do, should do, need to do. They're like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? They've experienced it all. They know, they're not um shielded and blanketed and veiled like we are. They've experienced everyone else's emotions and thoughts and experiences. Really not a whole lot new that's new under the sun for them. So they're like, "What do you wanna do? Where do you wanna go?" And we're like, "I don't know." Then that's when we're on autopilot, right? And the monkey's taking us off-road towards a banana orchard, we're like, "No, no, no, that's quite all right." But I feel like October is where you're really stepping into your power, and it's setting into your heart. November comes in, you have the Empress, which is more Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, but also birthing of things and harvest of things coming in. A lot of expansiveness coming in, and the Four of Cups is emotional stability that comes in here too. So I just feel like November just it feels like a solid month. You just feel at peace. You're feeling peaceful. You're feeling stable, right? You think of a four, be like a I don't know, a big kitchen table with four huge legs on it. It's a very stable energy, which moves you into December. December, you've got the Six of Swords, which is leaving old ways of thinking behind and moving in a direction based on higher ways of looking at things. And the Two of Swords, decisions to be made. What do I want to do? But it's also this balancing of the head and the heart, which can be closing your eyes, open your heart, try not to make these decisions by our old ways of thinking. It's about making decisions. And there is action and movement in December based on this new way of thinking. So I do feel here, you know, abundance of love, money, new friends. This is such a I don't feel like there's like this abundance where we feel like, wow, you know, I feel like these are baby steps. I feel like these are moments, enjoying moment energy coming in here for you where you're taking steps to go forward and in those areas of your life, but it's possible, because of all that wand energy. They're like your world is full of possibilities. There's we can do very little and have very little happen, or I can focus my energy and do that. Like if I have a lot of gratitude around the love that's happened in my life, the love I have in my life, and gratitude for the love that they are bringing into my life, then I that energy draws more love into my life. If I have gratitude where the money I do have had and the abundance of money I've had in the past, what I do have now, and that they're going to bring me the perfect amount, then guess what? my energy draws that in and it matches that. Same with friends, right? Gratitude for the friends that I've had, gratitude for the friends I have now, gratitude for the perfect friends that are being brought into my path. And when we have that energy of attraction, of gratitude, then that comes in. But if I have this energy of want and need, when I do that, I push things away from me. Like, I want that. And then my energy says, I enjoy wanting, right? And so it pushes things away because I want to want longer. If I'm missing something, my energy is I enjoy missing things. So can you have me miss more and push things further away so I miss it longer? And the things I hate. Here I'm growing it. Let me draw more of that because I'm telling, it's like a little kid that walks into a donut shop. I haven't used this analogy in a while, but I love it because they're showing me a little kid walking into a donut shop, and if he points at all the donuts he hates in the glass case, guess what? The baker's going to load up all these donuts that he hates and goes, "Here you go." And like, "Well, I hate these," and so the baker says, "Well, don't point at what you hate. Point at what you love." And when you have gratitude around those things that we love, that's where we get more of that instead. So I like that. Very empowering, and that we're not in this, out of control drama train that, you know, is being controlled by someone else. No, I'm the hoot hoot. I'm not in the caboose. I'm in you know, the engine, whatever they call that train car in the beginning, the train engine, and the big one in the front. So there you go. So that's what they have for that for you. For that one, and then your third one with the sleepy emoji, um, is up next here, so thank you for your additional donation, I appreciate that. You wanna know, does Ali ever think of you in a general on that? Alright, let's take a look here. Alright. Does he ever think of you? Okay, and then just general on this as well. To that leads to that. Okay. All right. So, do they ever think of you? You got the Emperor and the Five of Wands. They've got so much drama in their life here. Don't feel like they think about a whole lot of other people besides themselves. We got the Five of Wands, which represents a lot of conflicting energy that's going around, a lot of battling that's going on around them. And the Emperor is, it's like all these people are trying to tell them who they're supposed to be and should be and need to be and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, ugh, I'm just so over it. Bottom of the deck, too, they have the King of Pentacles, which is, you know, this with a combination of these three cards is like they're really drawn to trying to find this fulfillment from the outside world, right? They're looking at like money and possessions and position and trying to get the solid foundation of who they are, but they're defining themselves by the outside world. That's where a lot of this conflict comes in. And so I don't feel like they're thinking about a whole lot of other people. It's like after a tsunami hits your life, you're not thinking about everyone else back home. You're thinking about all the mess that's right in front of you right now. And I feel like that's what's going on with them. I don't feel like if they think of you, it's not about, I wonder how you're doing. Are you okay? What are you up to? They're like more thinking about this thing that happened between us. How does that impact me? What does that say about me? It's part of the reflection that comes in here. Let's see what else they want to know about here. So, yeah. Wow. So, this is one of the few decks that has repeating things because you got the King of Pentacles. Well, here we have the King of Pentacles again. So they definitely, the general reading is like they're affirming, yeah, they're all about the coin and defining themselves from the outside world. This King of Cups is it's one of my cards that represents like a very compatible person, right? And this is about, because they roll over cups, but behind the scenes, all kings get a second portion of thought, of swords, of air. And so they balance head and heart very well. This person, I don't feel like this is them. I don't feel like this is Ali. I feel like they're saying that's okay. Let them do that. Let them be that because that's what they're having that over there. But you deserve to have someone compatible. You deserve to be with someone like yourself that gives you the time, the attention, the respect, the thought, the fourth thought. That's interesting. I don't usually get that so clearly, but it's like you really think about, like, I'm going to get you a gift. You think about it. You don't just go, oh, here's a gift card, and it's not an afterthought. It's forethought. You really um, are detailed about how you give and why and how and all that. And but I feel like it feels more like they had afterthoughts. "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's your birthday. Let me just take out to you for your birthday." You're like, "Oh, wow." 1, you didn't remember it, 2, you're just like, "Oh, here, let's just go do this." It's like, what do people do? Let's do this, not what would you like to do? It's just like, and I feel like you deserve to have someone that puts all that thought in like you do. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles and someone that makes you feel at home, feel secure in the outside world. It's just like it feels like you're not worried. It just you feel a strong foundation. There's the sense of not losing someone that they're locked in. They've locked themselves in. They're not wanting to wander around. They want to create home. They want to create. And this is who this other person is that's coming your way. Yeah, the one that's coming your way with the Knight of Cups, the movement of romance and emotion will be coming your way. This is I love that they were like, "Here's what's going on with Ali. All right, so now who's coming in your life? Let's focus on that." Yeah, Ace of Cups, new love. You can't make this stuff up. So you definitely have this new love that's coming your way here, and that's it's someone you deserve to be with, and someone that deserves to be with you. And I like that for you. All right, so that's what's coming in, Nelia. Hopefully that resonates for you, and thank you again for your multiple donations. Let me just put all these cards away here. All right. So up next we have Sudeshini and then Moonlight 5, and then Nova. We'll come back to you there as well. Oh, sorry. Oh, we actually in between. Maria, I do see you there. Oh, why aren't my some looks like they turned off my timestamps. All right. Well, I think Maria, you were before. Yeah, I see you there. So it'll be Moonlight. Sorry. So Sudeshini, Moonlight 5, then Maria via the PayPal, and then Nova. All right. So Sudeshini, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like since it lets me do those. And you want to know here, future committed partner coming towards you, their characteristics, looks, personality, maybe career, anything, right? What are you willing to tell me? In this need to know basis, right? And on this journey of love, right? So your future committed partner, not the uncommitted stepping stones, but the future committed partner. Let's see what they want you to know here. They do want that one. And they do want this one and this one. They're zeroing in here. All right. So let us take a look and see what we have happening here. I think they're going to tell you some more details here. They do have on the bottom of the deck, the Page of Wands, the 10 of Wands. And this is about, being aware of where you're investing your energy towards love, when we focus on wanting love and um, it can push love away and make it because our energy is saying, I really want to, um, I enjoy wanting the wanting of love, not getting it, but the wanting of it. And so if we focus on gratitude for the love we've had in our life, for any love we do have in our life, but also we can ask creator and spirit once. That's all they need. They're not forgetful. They're all knowing, all remembering. We can say, I really would like a committed relationship in this lifetime. They're like, got it. After that, then we just start with gratitude a lot towards spirit, right? We're like, thank you that you're going to bring me the perfect person in the perfect timing. I know, in the perfect way. And then we just focus on the gratitude of it, and we focus on just being true to our authentic self with the Seven of Wands, which is shine bright, go live your passion, go do the things you love in life. Don't make like I always like, don't make finding love our hobby. It's like, no, go find stuff to express your love and passion with the world. And it's in doing those things that's where you meet someone and spark happens, because you're both doing something that you both love and enjoy. That becomes a wonderful thing you share together, right? All right, so let's see here. Let's look at some characteristics here. All right, wow. So they're very abundant. A lot of earth energy here with the nine and the 10 of pentacles. They are very balanced between being an extrovert and being an introvert, but they have this wonderful ability to adapt to situations because they've got this fullness of life in the outside world. The pentacles is our outside world, right? Our abundance, our wealth, our physical bodies, our interactions in the physical world. They're just it's very abundant, independent and abundant financially. So very secure in that, but they're very grounded, and they don't define themselves by the outside world. That's why they're so stable and grounded, is that they don't seek and go, I gotta have, I gotta have, I gotta have. They were just grateful, and they're grateful for the abundance that comes in. And because of that, they've got this, it's just everywhere around them. They don't even worry about it. They're very grateful for it. But they have done, well, we'll look at these other cards. I feel like they've done a lot of inner work where they define themselves inward and upward. The nine of pentacles tells me that too, because that's like a hermit energy with the number nine, because nine is the hermit card in the major arcana, and pentacles is the outside world. So they're okay spending time by themselves, and they have, because they've done a lot of inner reflection, but they can also entertain and be in front of people. I feel like a lot of leadership energy that comes along with that too, right? So looks and personality. Let's see what we have here. So yeah, even with this, we've got the Hierophant and the King of Swords. King of Swords is like the master of mind and higher education and knowledge and communication. So with this combo, the Hierophant can be like a teacher, professor. They definitely are a leader in education, teaching, knowledge. So if they're not like a professor or a teacher, it would be a professor, because I feel like they are, like, they have their doctorate and they're looked at as a resource, and they're just an expert in their field. And I like this kind of mentorship kind of energy that they have. They're definitely a leader of some sort with all of these, this combo coming in. So what else we have here? Yeah, the Seven of Swords. So they have really um, had their share of betrayal, and they had the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that used to make them feel small and limited. So I do feel like they have gone through a lot earlier in life, that they were either going to go downward spiral, or they were going to go upward, and they decided, I've had enough of that lower vibration. I'm going to look at life differently. I'm going to, question these thoughts and these beliefs, and that's why I feel like they've made a great amount of transformation in their life here. So what else they have here? Yeah, I figured here with the Leo energy, I thought there was going to be some sort of fire that it was below here, and so looks. I feel like they are, fire signs are usually very beautiful or handsome, so they are very striking to you. Um, and think of this professor type of energy. They're, they dress presentable and like khakis and button down shirts and professor like like kind of stuff there, maybe even glasses from reading so much, and that or they'll have contacts, but I just feel like they've invested so much in that. Here's that hermit energy, so they're definitely, um, they can get lost in a good book and in looking and everything, but they also, can function in the outside world. We already talked about that. And then they have the Eight of Cups. So they have left behind a lot of emotion too that didn't serve them. And so they have moved, just this, just a very stable individual. I just like this. They're intellectual, but yet they also are grounded and know themselves. Um, and so they don't freak out about a whole lot of stuff because they like I said, it was like almost like a live or die type of energy when they were younger, and they decided, I'm going to take all that energy, and instead of nursing and regurgitating and duplicating all of this stuff, I'm going to make something bigger out of it all. I'm going to use this constructively. And they did. They've, since they were like 15 or 16 years old, I feel like they were either going to kill themselves or they were going to say, screw it, I'm going to be who I want to be. And then they just stopped caring about all these betrayals and all this drama in their life. I don't feel like they probably have a lot of contact with family so much there. Yeah, they had like a huge beginning here with the full card. They just kind of left everything behind and started off on their own and have built their life around it. So I love that. Wow. So there you go, Sadeshni. Great information on that future partner. Excuse me. All right. So let me take a sip here. And then we've got Moonlight 5, and then Maria, and then Nova, and then Holly. Hey, Holly. All right. So, Moonlight 5, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And you want to know, can you trust R, or is he playing his games? Can we trust humans? You know, just know when humans, when our inner child feels unsafe and out of control, we go into fight or flight mode and we go out of our minds. So just be aware that all humans are unstable till we start defining ourselves inward and upward, and then we're more stable. But that doesn't mean that we're always that way, because no matter how much we raise our love vibration and we try to live in, from that place in this lifetime, we're still human. We still got an inner child. We've got four characters. If you ever have a chance to read Whole Brain Living by Dr. Jill, is it Bolt? It begins with a B, but she talks about the four characters in our brain. We've got our fight or flight human emotional center. We've got our, super organizing, logical left brain human mind. And then we've got spiritual, emotional, um, more of a free flowing part of our brain. And then the one that connects us to the higher realms in our higher thoughts, our higher thinking. And, when when we always have those, they're always there, we don't kill them off, so sometimes they will freak out, they'll trigger, but it's learning, how to, deal with all that. So, you know, just know that, when dealing with humans, there's always gonna be that kind of thing. But we'll take a look here and see if they're intentionally playing games here. Can you trust them? Well, so we got the 2 of Wands, the power of, choice and where we involve our energy. Got the 3 of Cups energy, which can be third party type of energy. Let's see here. Are they playing games? Here's that fear energy with the 9 of Swords, Ace of Wands. That is a new ignited passion. Let me see what these other 2 cards are here. Yeah. I can see the draw that you have together. You guys have past life connections with the 6 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. Is this feeling of home and feeling of comfort that you have with them at times, right? But this is past life energy that you're picking up and feeling. So I I don't feel like they're playing games, but I know the but. The 9 of Swords, and this bottom of the deck, the King of Pentacles, does talk about you know, their fear and their fullness and their wholeness. They look to the outside world to try to fill that up. And while that's happening, all of us, it's like if I'm in a relationship and I don't feel fulfilled, I think it's them, not me. How could it be me? And then we break up. And then the second relationship we're in, they're not fulfilling either. In the beginning, it feels like it, but then it wanes really quick, right? And it's like, well, because the outside world can't give me what I'm looking for, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. But we're taught, every almost human child is taught, look for your fulfillment in the outside world. And then if someone is not fulfilling me like they're supposed to, like we're told and taught they're supposed to, we will go from person to person to person to person, or multiple at the same time. And that's where this 3 of Cups comes in, is third party situations where, well, if they're not giving me and fulfilling me, maybe these 2 together will, or 3 or 4, or man ho of the town. But it's like, until they find happiness on the inside, they're going to be drawn to do that in the outside world. So that's why I don't feel like it's a game. I just feel like they just don't know any. They're desperate to try to feel full because of what they were taught, but they'll have to turn inward and upward to find that. Until that, they're going to kind of, I feel like, wander and think it's other people, until the big epiphany happens when we realize there's a common denominator in all these relationships that where I haven't been fulfilled, me. And then there's this aha, and then, like with the strength card on the bottom, they turn inward and upward and find the love that they've been looking for, right? So can you trust them? Well, you can. Are they going to let you down? Yeah. If we have that expectation that their actions are going to define us, they're always going to be a mirror for us too. I know with all my 5 relationships I had that lasted a year, up to 3 years each, you just learn that, everyone's a mirror showing us what we want to see about ourselves. And so we can ask ourselves, can I trust myself? Am I playing games with myself? I know I was. 3 out of my 5 relationships did betray the trust and, the agreement that we had, that we were going to be exclusive to one another. And, but it was for me to realize that I was cheating on my higher self with humans, to trying to, my self-worth, I was looking to retail price of the outside world, which is what other people thought my value was. I was looking to them to tell me my value instead of from creator. and from my higher self. So I was out cheating on myself with these humans. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, Moonlight. Yeah. All right. Maybe there might be more than that too. But but that's what they have there for you, Moonlight. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Right. So many blessings to you. And then Maria, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation via the PayPal as we look into the days of our lives. So thank you so much. And we'll try to come back here to for your free reading. I'm going to be on for about 30 more minutes, so we'll see if we make it that far. But we'll continue here on the donations here. And if anyone does want to, I will complete all donations in this session. So if anyone wants to make sure I get to your reading, a donation of any kind, I will make sure I complete those. Um, so um, just know that. And there's no set dollar amount. You can use the super chat. Here's a bug. Get him. A super chat down below or in the description box of the video. I have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square as well. All right. So Maria, shuffle, shuffle. So what we're going to order our Walter's thoughts. Okay, so Walter's thoughts and feelings towards you today. All right, let's take a look here. There. So there's thoughts, feelings, boom, boom. Okay. And then these two are what is the up today and tomorrow? Okay. Separation, leaving, moving out, schedule for October. Okay. Let's see what that is. And then I feel like these two are will Walter talk to you about this soon? All right. We'll take a look here. All right. I just love usually your readings, the bottom of the deck, you have like some sort of partnership and relationship card. 10 of Pentacles is one of those about, the fullness of life, and it can be partnerships and relationships. So we've got that underlying energy just kind of formulating. And when you look at like a log, you can see the timeline. It's all about timing, right? Um, and we know that this is designed to start off as friendships and allow them to transform, and then eventually it can grow closer where it just feels natural, part of your evolution of your friendship that moves into more, right? Like a lot of undefinedness as it unfolds and happens, which is what I feel like they need, and I feel like you can be okay with that too. You're like, oh yeah, expectations equal disappointment. That little gnat that was flying around. Gnats for me are expectations. A gnat should not be in here, and it's like, well, no, if it wasn't supposed to be there, it wouldn't be there. So an expectation that something's not supposed to be or something should be, and it doesn't happen. Disappointment, anger, rah, right? All right. So, what are his thoughts for you? We got the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is movement and change of thought and belief and mindset. So, there is this quest of seeing things from a different perspective. We've kind of, you know, touched on it a little bit where, they're really sorting out how different they want their future. They don't want to continue to do what they've always done, get what they've always gotten. And so, that's why there's this sorting. It's like they're showing me the the Harry Potter sorting hat. They're like, I don't want to go into Slytherin again. I want to go into Gryffindor. Can they win? And I feel like I don't know why that's going to, but they're wanting to make this change of that. I mean, it almost looks like they're on a on a broom with a magic wand, but it's a feather with that's supposed to be a sword. It is a sword. It's like a paintbrush. They wanna paint things differently, right? Oh my goodness. And then, with the feelings, they've got a lot of drama going on with the 5 of Wands. So when we're looking at it today, I feel like the emotions I just feel like there's been a blow up. There's been a lot of, conflict that's been happening today. So I feel like their emotions today are muted because they're just like a lot happening there. So, I don't feel like they're looking at that, but I feel like they are doing some the focus of their mind and emotions are, they're numbing their emotions or, like I said, muting it, dimming them so that they can focus on their mindsets. And it's like there's this determination day. I don't want to go back and repeat what I've been through. so, um, so that's kind of the focus today with that. What is he up today and tomorrow? Yeah, 5 of Pentacles, this facing these feelings, here's these fives, right? Transformation, this feeling of lack. And yeah, they definitely are trying to, Ace of Swords, gain clarity around next steps and what they're wanting to do, where they're wanting to go. So, this Aries energy of the Emperor and not, you know, falling into the um, supposed tos and shoulds and need tos of what everyone else thinks they should or shouldn't do and supposed to do and need to do. They kind of feel like they're trying to balance everything. And the 5 of Pentacles, these feelings of lack and not having enough, they're just trying to figure stuff out around finances and where they're heading, what they're doing with all of this. That's coming in here. So it seems like here's this drama, right? And they're like, how do I get out of here? How do I not feel caged and trapped? And here's that caged and trapped feeling coming in there. So interesting. Right. So that's what they're kind of just trying to get everything figured out. The separation with the schedule for October. Yeah. Look at the tower. Boom. It's like I feel like it's gonna come suddenly. I don't feel like it's going to be scheduled. I feel like there's like this almost like the lightning strikes suddenly, right? And I feel like there is a blow up. There's just like I don't care. I'm get out kind of energy or something that comes in, or I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here. I can't be here anymore. Um, and I don't know if it's because of someone else that they want to come over to the house, like her. Um, and but I feel like they're like, I can't be here anymore. And I feel like this is what spawns them to want to be like go crash on someone's couch, kind of situation where they're like, I just need to be somewhere else. And can I store my stuff in your garage for now while they're looking at finding somewhere to live? And will they talk about all of this with you soon? You know, I don't know. It's like the 4 of Pentacles. They have the 7 of Cups. They've got so many emotions, so many things going on in the 4 of Pentacles. I do feel like they do here with all this. At first, I was like, well, they kind of like keeping their emotions close to home and locked down. But I feel like when we're talking about soon, I feel like they keep it under lock and key for a little bit, but they eventually I feel like you guys share a bunch of different emotions with the 7 of Cups, and then they kind of, say something, and you're just kind of like, because you're an eagle eye, your eagle ear, like an owl's ear, right? Eagle eye and owl eared. You can see things, but you hear things, and you're like, so what does that mean? Does that mean that you moved out, or? And he's like, yes, blah, 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 and then here comes the floodgates. And you're like, let it out, let it out. um, but I feel like he keeps that under wrap and key for a little bit. All right, so that's what they have for you, Maria. Hopefully that resonates and helps for you right now. And that is your message always for the days of your lives today. So thank you again for your donations. I really appreciate those. All right. And we are to Nova. So, Nova, for your third eye emoji, thank you for your additional donation for number 4 coming in here. You want to know, what does Kurt want you to know about his dreams and what it was like in his lifetime compared to mine? And why does he choose to help you in your own dreams about making music? All right. So let's take a look here. What do they have? Okay. I do have these. The Chinese 5-element oracle. He does like his oracle. He's a storyteller. All right. So what is the energy here? The Earth Rat. Card number 25. This is about change your mindset. Number 25. So this is the Earth Rat pillar. It highlights the power of the mind. It has yang earth, masculine earth, in the heavenly frequency over the rat's pure water element in the earthly frequency, which presents looming obstacles. Yet, the solution-oriented rat always manages to rise above seemingly insurmountable challenges despite water element's association with fear. So this card appears to reassure you that there are always options. You just have to shift your mindset from one that takes you on a path of fear and despair to one that attracts opportunities to you. Instead of trying to open the same locked door, look for another door or find one who holds a key. A resourceful, creative mind can unlock mysteries and see more possibilities than a closed mind wouldn't see. Start by being more discerning with your thoughts. Train your mind to challenge thoughts that come from a place of self doubt and fear. The mind is not separate from the heart. The Chinese character for the heart, Zin, Xin, also refers to the mind. The union of the heart mind plays a significant part in elevating our consciousness. An aligned heart mind allows us to trust in a benevolent world full of possibilities. The messages from heaven. Yang Earth presents us with restrictions to stir our creativity. Use your imagination to turn limitation into unique solutions. The message from Earth Energy is the rat appears to help you. That's what he's calling himself, the rat. He appears to help you be more conscious of the power of thoughts. You are the master of your thoughts. Imagine the ideal outcome, and your possibilities become infinite. So I like all this. So, when you're talking about his dreams, you know, he had a lot of dreams um, of love, and he was like all the regular stuff. He loved music. He wanted to share it. Music for him also as a child was a very influential place of comfort, and so he had a lot of that same desire. You guys had a lot of parallel lives, a lot of parallel desires and dreams, um, in that. But in his lifetime, you know, that's why he's like coming to you as this, spirit guide now, is because in his life, instead of him choosing to question his thoughts, look for different resources, unlocking himself, he chose to numb everything through alcohol and drugs. And when he did that, he lost energy because the more he numbed everything, the further he sunk, because he didn't try to find something to crawl out of it. He just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and he would try for like his wife, and for, I think he had a child too, but try for other people because they were like, "You're gonna kill yourself, you're gonna do this and that," and so he would get scared, and then he would try something like rehab or try to quit or try to choose things, but it was short-lived because it wasn't, he wasn't being encouraged inside, he was only being threatened, with fear, like it was talking about all this fear energy of the outside world that was coming in from there. And, that's why he's chosen to help you is because he, um, chose to numb everything and to not get help, not go to counseling, not question, just keep, increasing the amount of numbing through drugs and alcohol and whatever else that will distract me from this. But the whole thing is like if you're just putting numbing stuff on a wound, it's festering, it's getting worse, it's poisoning us, right? If you're just trying to cover up the um, symptoms, not getting to the root, it'll kill us. And that's what happened to him is he didn't do that. He didn't go outside, of all of that. And so that's why, he ended up taking his life. And he doesn't want you to do that. And this is part of the you guys have past life connections with each other. You guys have music intertwined. I probably were the same little traveling little gypsy band in lifetimes and stuff. But they were like, because he experienced that in his lifetime, that part of the agreement is in this lifetime, they were going to help you not do that. And to so that you can experience life differently than he did. And so that's why he's so interested. There's past life, higher connections between the two of you. Actually, there's like a group of you guys that were probably musical band members. you know, you traveled as a little troupe, musical troops, and experiences throughout different lifetimes. And that's why there's this commitment that they have for you. So hopefully that helps, Nova. That's what they have for you. If you're still awake, you're probably sleeping. Good. You need some rest. All right. So many blessings to you, my dear. Thank you for all your multiple donations today. And then Holly, you are up next. And then Sudeshni, thank you for that one just came through. So Holly, let's give that a love and a like here. And do you see relationship coming up for you? All right. Let's take a look here and see. All right. So is the relationship coming up for you? I kind of just want to get a little nosy here too and just see faded relationship information and what else they want you to know around love here. All right. So, whoa, cards are flying here. Okay. All right. All right. So, there is here, you've got, I don't see something like a relationship. I see like attempts at relationship. Hey, Ollie, like people coming across your path, but there's going to be some little stepping stone mirroring, and I don't even feel like they go into. I feel like there's like a lot of chatting and going back and forth, and then ghosting, right? Some chatting, going back and forth, and then something else, and blah, blah, you know. And I'll show you why here. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which is patience, and the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And so this journey that I see with these cards is that you're on this journey of raising your love vibration because you don't want to do what you've always done and get what you always got before. And part of what is you're having especially through this eclipse season, you've been really drawn in to look at your shadow. You've been really drawn in to look at your belief systems, around thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you anymore, emotions that don't serve you anymore. So you're doing this purging and transformation. And it's kind of this pausing, and it's like spirit is spirit is like that friend that blocks people in a bar. People are headed towards you, and this best friend goes boom, and goes, you know, uh and keeps them away from you because they're like, no, 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 we this isn't the people for you, and so people are attempting, but it's like, no, no, these are the old lower vibration, and so these mirrors that you're looking into are for you, but it does lead to eventually relationship. But the bottom of the deck we have is the Five of Pentacles, which has a lot to do with these emotions of feeling, abandoned, left behind, all our questions of worth and feelings of lack, that are there, the cage that we feel caged, and our heart feels, caged and can't get out of there. But you are in the process here, and like I said, with the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Cups, you're really um, choosing and looking and transforming these emotions, right? It's funny, that they have them as stars here with that wand. It's like the Queen of Wands using her energy to focus in on an emotion, to transform it and understand it, and kind of taking them one at a time. I'm choosing this emotion to look at. Now I'm taking a look at that emotion to unfold here. And there is this, we've got the Devil card and the Six of Pentacles. The Devil card is like Capricorn, Saturn energy. It is the shaking and the rattling of that cage. And one of the big things with the Six of Pentacles is the out of balance giving and receiving. You might have a tendency to be an enabler in codependent relationships, recovering enabler. Probably most people in this room are, where we feel we have to give so much and deserve so little. And there's a great video. If I haven't, well, I'm going to share it anyway. But if I already shared it with you, then this could be for someone else. But in one of my Take 10 with Zen videos, here is the episode 5 is all about the Six of Pentacles, and it does tell us, you know, has us go back and look that, when we were younger, 7 years old and younger, is when we developed our mindset of how much I have to give to how much I feel I deserve. Usually it's parents are the usual suspects, but it can be grandparents or teachers, people in authority, people that we cared a lot about, that we feel as children we gave a lot to, but they didn't have a whole lot of time in their hands, so they give us very little back. Well, as children, we think, well, that's fair. I give you 1,000 love coins, you give me one back? Okay. And then that goes into our subconscious, that rolls over our life until we consciously bring it up and question it, and we can transform it. So, definitely, when if you look at that, it talks about how we can bring that up, question it, bring it down to one instead of one to 1,000. And because when it's one to 1,000, our little inner child keeps this force filled up that keeps love away, that keeps things away from us, because we don't, with that Five of Pentacles, we don't feel like we deserve it yet. So it keeps things away until it feels we do. And then it starts all over again and erases it all and starts one, two, all the way recounting back up to 1,000 again. So there's this freedom that comes in with that, and we don't even realize that consciously. Oh, I want love, I want abundance, I want that raise, I want that job, I want this stuff, but why is it being kept away from me? Inner child, no, you don't deserve that yet. You're only at 777 love coins given. You still have however many left to 1,000, to do that, right? So we do have that, and then I do see here, you have the Seven of Pentacles, which we talked about, last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And the Emperor comes in. So Aries energy, fiery energy, that does come in later here for you. And it is someone that is very strong, um, very um, I don't know, just determined, in their life. And I feel like that's the fruit that comes in because you also have the Page of Wands, which is a new passion, a new fiery type of individual. I feel like even the Seven of Wands on the bottom, you have the Seven and the Six of Wands and the Empress. So, yeah, a lot of like your energy with all this is about you being, like you said, like a sunflower, right? It's like you being a sun, not even a sunflower, but a sun, not dimming your light for anyone, not asking permission to shine, but being yourself. And that's a big piece of what you're going through. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture with the Empress. The Six of Wands is this movement and this victorious feeling, but the Seven of Wands is, and here is breaking out of the cage, right? I'm going to be me. But I feel like, going back to where I was headed, Spirit is saying, you, for you this lifetime, because of who you are, you need a fire sign. You need someone who can keep up, someone who can stand the heat of who you are, because you might have been feeling like, well, I have to overgive and I have to give to everyone else, and um and then we give until we're exhausted, and then we give until we're resentful, and like I have to walk on eggshells around people and blah 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 blah. But it's like, you're this bright sun, and here comes another sun, a fire that comes in, and it's like, you're not getting burnt up, and you're like, no, because it's very compatible with that type of energy and that vibrancy. Anyone else, it just feels like they would be, consumed, or they, you know, it's like a vampire. Get away! But I love this for you because I feel like, you know, it's worth the wait, definitely. And the more you transform those things, the more you transform those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore, those things below the surface, emotions that don't serve us anymore. A lot of release. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They need to have, and that's a great thing to say with the wand energy too, is that spirituality, right? And that it takes someone that really, that spirituality is a part of their life, not a parlor trick, not a fun party trick. That it means something to them, and that's what's kind of something that's been missing in relationships of the past, is that they're like, well, yeah, I believe that, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, no, it needs to be like a core of who they are too, because it has to mean so much to them that they get it, instead of, you know, like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, let's pull some cards. Let's see what spirit has to say. And you're like, well, let me get out my voodoo doll first. Rucka, rucka, rucka. May have a piece of your hair. No, just kidding. We don't do that. That's lower vibrational. We don't go there. But we can threaten. I'm just kidding. Right. So that's what they have for you, Holly. Hopefully that helps for right now. So many blessings to you. And cheers. You're very welcome. All right. So, Sudeshni, thank you for your additional donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. Oh, and you said it seems like someone that you may already know. Oh, okay. So you want to know, will you meet this future partner this year or next? You feel like his energy is around you from the person you described as Capricorn well established. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can take a look here and ask and see if you know them already. So we'll just ask that first. So is this someone you already know that's already around you? That really doesn't tell me that, but got the Wheel of Fortune, which with the 10 with endings and beginnings, um, I don't feel like that is them, but I kind of feel like um it is that type of energy. Like I feel that's why you're recognizing the energy because your higher self, your inner self senses who's coming, and it's like it's acknowledging the energy that's there. It's like if you ever this is probably a bad example, but it's spirit's example. They're just saying, it's like when you're looking for, let's say, a little VW bug, you know, car, you're going to purchase it. And they were all around you before, and you didn't really pay attention to them until you're looking for a VW bug, and then you see them all over the place because now you're aware of it, if that makes sense. Okay. But let's take a look. Will you meet them this year? This year? All right. There is the possibility here with the star. This is dreams come true card. So I love this Wheel of Fortune and star card coming in here. So it does feel like you will meet them this year. I don't feel like you know them yet, but let's just take a look here and see. Is there any other information on where or how or anything like that? All right. Yeah. Three of Cups, I do feel like you will meet together. It's like gonna be group. Three of Cups is like community, group, and I feel like with something that you're doing, something that you're enjoying, something that you're a part of, this is where you meet them. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we've got the Queen of Wands and the Emperor coming in. This is both the Emperor is, Aries, fire energy, and Queen of Wands is fire too. So here is this, um, you meet each other by this, because you're acting on your passions, you're acting on what you love to do. The Queen of Wands is very much, I'm going to go do this, and I'm bright and I'm sunshiny, and I'm doing this right. And then the Emperor is, I'm deciding what I want to do. Shut up, everyone. I'm taking these steps, and this is the energy I'm putting forward and where I'm going. And so I like that. I like that, that it is both of you living your passion and doing what you like is what brings you together. And you're a Leo. Okay. Yeah. So I do feel like you both are, have this energy of pursuing what you're wanting to do. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles too. It's like there's this um two occasions in the outside world where you guys are able to meet, and I feel like you see them in one gathering, and you kind of spot one another, and then the next time the group or whatever you meet, then boom, then then I feel like in the second one, you're like, all right, I both of you, gosh, why didn't I go up and talk to them? I hope I see them again. You both have that kind of thinking. And then the next time around, you're like, all right, there they are. I'm not going to miss this opportunity. And you guys zip. And then that's when you guys connect and talk and, you know, and do that. So I like that kind of energy. I know, right? So but I do feel with the star card asking, is it this year? I do feel it does. There's a possibility of it. They keep on saying the possibility because let's say you're going to meet in a community, in a group, in something that you enjoy doing. But if you don't go out and do anything, they're not going to come to your door. So it's important for you, they say, that to get out and do the stuff that you love, find new passions of things to do, what you want to do. Not with the, well, maybe I'll find them here. It's like, no, really sit and go, what would I love doing? Do I love pottery? Do I love painting? Do I love going for walks? Do I love volunteering at a soup kitchen? Do I, what do I love doing? And and so it's like, what makes your heart sing? What makes your heart feel joy? Go do those things, and that's where you meet them. So I like that. Yeah, Empress on the bottom. It's important for you to mother nature, mother nurture, nurture yourself, and be focusing on those energies. So so that is what's coming in. And thank you for your additional donation if I didn't mention that there. But, I like that. It's definitely getting out and doing the things you love, and, because we tend to shut down, right? And when we meet people, it's all about them, and we shrink, and we give our lives to them, and, it's like, "All right, well, your interests become my interests," and we lose ourselves, we shrink, we disappear, is how we used to do that, right? But we've been changing, and so now you're like, "No, I need to do what I love to do," and they may not wanna do some of the things you love to do, and that's okay, you need to keep doing them because you need to maintain your identity, not try to become who you think that they think that I think that they think they should be, whatever. It's like, they're gonna fall for you for being you, not for trying to be someone that they would like, right? So I like it. So go, go, go. All right. So that is what they have for you. And I think that was all the donations. Just check my email here too. So I'm at the 1 o'clock mark. So I did finish all the donations. Um, so I didn't get to any of the free readings in this session, so I'm so sorry. But I will be back this evening at 6 p.m. in about 5 hours. So if you'd like to come back, I'll try to get to free readings. And if not, if you come back tomorrow on Sundays, I'm on from 11 a.m. Mountain Time to 1. But I do something different on Sundays because I'm only on once, and whatever free readings I don't get to on Sunday's session, after I spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members, and eat, I come back on and finish out all free readings. So if you've been trying, and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna give up," come back at least till tomorrow. And if you are able to put your question in there tomorrow, then I will get it done sometime during the day on Sunday. So I appreciate you guys all trying and to get in there. And I so appreciate all your love and support and patience. And hopefully, Spirit gave you some guidance if you were listening through other people's readings too. I find that they do that quite a bit. Also, of course, we've got the full moon in Pisces, a super full moon. If you haven't checked out this video from Rewilding with Sabrina Lynn, she's fantastic astrologer. She's one of the astrologers that I follow. But this video talks all about this energy of this eclipse, lunar eclipse. It's a super full moon in Pisces. A lot of energy. She goes into a little bit about the relationship energy that's going on too. But some great information if you want to listen to that. Can explain a lot of emotions that we're going through, a lot of dreaming that we're going through, and other things. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. Also, I have a ton of pick a cards on my main page. If you get drawn over there, follow your heart, and Spirit might answer your question that way too. So there you go. All right, everybody. Thank you again for all the love and all the support and all the likes. It does help spread the Zen love. So thanks for being part of the love tsunami. And remember, every second of every day of our lives, that we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love. Take care of yourself, hang in there, and we'll see you soon.